Hi, this is Beth Goring, your Health 115 instructor. And what I want to do today is go ahead and show you how to do the diet analysis and then as a result, how to do the discussion boards. So the first thing that I'm going to do is when you're getting ready to do the diet analysis, there's two different ways you can do it. And we talked about this briefly already. One way is that you buy access through my diet analysis .com website. So this is Pearson Higher Ed My Diet Analysis. So if you want to buy access, you can do it right here through registration and buy access. And then after you've bought access for, I think it's $16, you'll have it for the rest of your life, and you can continue to do your own diet analysis or your friends and family diet analysis. So once you purchase the access here, then you will just go ahead and log in here each time because you'll create your own username and password. And we also stated that you could go to the library in the Skills Lab classroom and use it for free there. So if you just take a day and go ahead and go in and do all your diet analysis at one time, that way you would be done. All right, so I just wanted to make sure you knew where you could go here to find it. Now, when you do your diet analysis, you're going to be doing one per grouping of tests and or due dates. And so, of course, to find the information you're going to need, you're going to go into discussions, communication, discussions, and then if you scroll down, you'll see I'm going to try that one more time. I'm going to go into content. It's supposed to be there. All right, discussion board. And yeah, I don't know why it didn't show up on that other part, but right here, if you go in through the table of contents, discussion board, at the bottom, it shows Hannah's profile information and Liz's profile for diet analysis. So you're going to have to click on these because you're going to need these two informational sheets, and you're going to go ahead and download each one of them. And each one of them right here, you can see it tells you about, this is Hannah, so it tells you about Hannah, saying that she was born April 4th, that she's 9 years old, that she has an average height of 5'4", she's overweight, she weighs 115 pounds, and has a BMI of 28.8, right? So, and she's sedentary. So all this information about Hannah, you're going to put it into the My Diet analysis. And then also what you have is her daily intake on a day. You can see that she ate 1 cup of Frosted Flakes with a half a cup of milk. For lunch, she had chicken nuggets, plain muffins, some baked beans, some canned pears. For dinner, you can see what she had there. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, you can print this out in her snacks, and this is the information you're going to use to input it into My Diet analysis. All right, so once you've done that for both Hannah and Liz, you're going to go ahead and go back into My Diet analysis. So I've already logged into my own account. You can see I have my own account here. I've had it for probably 6 years, and I continue to use the same one. All right. So when you're ready to do your diet analysis, you're going to go ahead and click on profiles. When you click on profiles, you can see that I've had some students actually use mine, but you would click on new and then click on go. And from here, you're going to put in whoever's profile that you're doing, whether it's Hannah's, Liz, or your own. You're going to go ahead and put in all of your information. Oops. Got to make sure that you do it correctly. And I'm going to pretend like I was born in 1994. I'm female. My height is 5 feet, 5 inches. And I weigh approximately 130 pounds, and then you're going to go next. All right, so you're going to continue to do all of that information and input everything, and there's a lot of screens you have to go through. Finally, when you're done, you're going to, I'm going to go ahead and go into Sean's. When you're done, you're going to finally go into a screen, and it looks like this. So we have all this person's information now. We've created his entire profile. All right. Then you're going to go into Diet Tracker, and you're going to click on that. Now, with Diet Tracker, this is where you're going to put everything in. See how it's highlighted with 1 day, day 1? All right, up here you can go ahead and search any food you want. So let's say that you have some water. So you're going to go ahead and type in water and then click on search. And then it's going to come up with all the different types of water that are in there. Tap water, distilled water, Perrier, right, all the way down, spring, coffee, tonic. Okay, so let's just say that you had just distilled water. What you're going to do over here on where it says add, you're going to click on add. If you click on over here, that's going to give you the nutritional information about that food item. And that's not necessarily what you want. So you're going to go ahead and click on add, and then water is going to show up right down here. So then you right now have an opportunity. This is the one I just put in. You have an opportunity to say, was it breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a snack? And I'm going to say I had it for breakfast. And then how much did you have? You can do it in terms of ounces, pounds, cup. The normal measurement unit of measurement for water is cups. So I could say that I had 2 cups. I saved changes, and now that is permanently in there. Right? And let me just give you one more example. Let's say that I had cereal. And I'm going to go ahead and click search because I had cereal. And then now a bunch of different cereal types, Cheerios, Raisin Bran, right? All these different ones are going to show up. So I'm going to say I had Lucky Charms. So I'm going to click over here on add. And the normal size, serving size is 0.75, 3/4 of a cup. But most people, when they eat cereal, they eat way more than 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to say I went ahead and had it for breakfast, and that I didn't have 3/4 of a cup. I actually had 1.25 cups of cereal, of Lucky Charms, and then I'm going to save the changes. And when the changes are done, you'll notice that it's logged in, and then you can see that I have 183 calories based on that. Okay, so this is everything that the individual and I just put in for 1 day. This is just day 1. You're going to go ahead, well, for Liz and for Hannah, you're only going to do day 1. For yourself, you want to do more than 1 day. You want to do 2 days during the week and then a day on the weekend, and that's how you separate them out. Right, so you click on day 2, and then you go ahead and input all the information again. You can see that Sean, who originally did this, he went ahead and put in a lot more information. He put in day 2. Let's see if he put in day 3, because this day he had a taco on day 2. On day 3, he did hot cereal, some chips, a cheeseburger. All right, so you can see that he did a whole bunch of different days here. Now, once you're done with that, putting in all the information from Liz, from Hannah, each one separately, and yourself, then you're going to click on reports. When you click on reports, these are the different types of reports over here. So if you click on intake, actual intake versus recommended intake, now this is going to analyze, right now the analysis is day 1, day 2, and day 3 together. Okay, and so from there you can go ahead and click on show report, and all the information is going to show up right here. It's telling you how many calories that you actually took in versus how many was recommended. So it's telling you what % of your normal daily calorie intake that you actually completed. And this is based on the information you put at the beginning, your height, your weight, your activity level, how old you are, all that information. If you go down, it's telling you how much protein you took in, and Sean took in 119%, so he took in plenty of protein. His carbohydrates, though, were a lot less than RDA standards. Fiber was less than RDA standards. Fat intake, 51%, I'd say that's fine. And all the way down, water, he only took in 15% of his water requirement. Then you'll see down here, there's vitamins, and then down here, there's minerals. And so each one of these vitamin and minerals should be at 100%, right? Here's 127%, so he's got plenty of iron. Here's 116%, so he has plenty of vitamin B3. But look how deficient he is in vitamin D, vitamin E, right? So those are really low. Vitamin A is really low. If we go down into the minerals, we see that calcium's low, magnesium's low, phosphorus, potassium, right? Zinc is low. But with most people, sodium's pretty much up where it needs to be or too high. All right, so from this information here then is what you're going to use to write your diet analysis. All right, let me go exit out of here. Now, back to, let's say that you only want to analyze one day at a time. Then you're going to go ahead and click off of day 2, day 3. If you want to get all the pretty pictures and stuff, you probably want to change this to a PDF, and that way you can get the reports and they maintain their formatting. All right, let me just show you another one. Let me show you MyPlate. So if you look at MyPlate, this breaks down your dietary intake into PDF. I can go ahead and do all 3 days. Let's show report. And it makes it into a pretty nice picture. So you see your intake of, here's your grain intake, vegetables, fruits, you know, and it's telling you what percent that you took in. And it's telling you what you can do to try to improve. So, you know, MyPlate is actually, you know, kind of nice. It gives you a picture of what's going on. Some other single nutrients, that's just if you want to look at one, like if you want to look just at vitamin A, you want to look just at fat intake, it's going to tell you that. This is a really, really long, comprehensive report. So calories from fat in. All right, here again, you can change it to a PDF, and you can go ahead and show report, and that way you can copy it later, and it'll keep its formatting. All right, so this is calorie and fat sources. So this is telling you basically where your primary fat sources are from. So with Sean, 63% of his fat came from saturated fat sources. So it was probably, you know, meats and stuff like that. And then what we want is more of our fats coming from monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. All right, so again, it gives you a really nice picture of what the dietary intake is. And this is also fat, carbohydrate, and protein, and alcohol. Good job, Sean. No alcohol intake. All right, so now that you've gotten the information and you know to run the reports, all these different reports are over here, so you can look at them. Then you're going to go back into the discussion board, and you're actually going to respond. So you're going to go into communications, you're going to click on discussions, and then you can see down here, this is where you're going to do your My Data Analysis for Liz. And so what it's telling you is you go to My Data Analysis Program, input Liz's personal information and dietary intake. Create a discussion thread to help Liz adjust her diet to create a more healthful way of eating. All right, so let's say we put Liz's stuff in there. So what we're going to do is go ahead and click on the actual link. And it's going to take us to the discussion board. What's going on here? I'm in teacher mode, so I may have to get out quickly. All right, yes. And so I clicked on My Data Analysis Liz. Now you can see here it says Start a Thread. So I'm going to click on Start a Thread, and I'm going to enter the subject. Liz dietary analysis, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, you know, input your recommendations for Liz to enhance her diet. A minimum of 10 to 15 sentences should be used to help Liz. To help her fix her diet. All right, so once you've done that, once you've written your 10 to 15 sentences, you're going to go ahead and click on Post. Once you click on Post, it's going to actually show up there in there. And so now other people can, when they come in and view it, they can reply. So what you want to do is make sure you put your original post in there with starting a new thread. After you put your original post in there, then you're going to go into somebody else's diet analysis that they wrote. For instance, you can go into, not mine, and so you're going to read what they put right here. Then you're going to go ahead and reply to 2 other people's recommendations for their diet analysis. So you might want to say, so you're going to add your comments to your classmates' suggestions for Liz to change her diet. All right. And again, maybe 5 sentences minimum. All right. And so then you're going to go ahead, and once you do that, you're going to go ahead and post it. And now you're going to do that twice. And so now you've created yours first, then you've gone into 2 other students who have written their posts, and you're going to evaluate what their suggestions are. So everything shows up there. So that's how you do the discussions, and that's how the discussions are tied into the diet analysis program. I hope this helps, and if you have any other questions, please re-review this, and if not, then email me, and I'd be more than happy to help you.